Hey guys, what is going on? It's Jason with JWClassicVW, and we are back to the garage, back to some stuff. I want to go ahead and give you guys some updates on what's going on because I've been tearing some stuff apart and building some things and fabricating. So let's get over here and take a look at what's going on. I'll see you guys in a second, right after this intro. Updates, because I got a lot of stuff in limbo right now because I'm waiting on tools, waiting on some parts. Kind of gone back and forth on a few things on what I wanted to do. But for the most part, what I'm doing right now is just kind of prep work. You know, getting paint ready, laying down some clear coat. You guys seen in my social media, you've seen that I'm doing a new oil cooler. And we're going to show you the oil cooler here in a second. But today we're laying down that some clear coat on it. This is a two-part clear coat. Check it out. It's that Max System clear coat. This stuff is fantastic. It's awesome. I definitely recommend it. I've used it on all my engine tins too, and it is really cool. You go ahead and you take this little red thing off the cap here, like that, put it on the bottom, and then you pop the crap out of it, and it releases a catalyst inside of the can, and you shake that catalyst and the clear coat up together, and you've got about, I think it's 48 hours. Let's see. What's it say on the back here? It says first aid and treatment. We're not worried about that, are we? No, we're not worried about that. Where's the directions at? Keep out of reach of children. Okay. Well, yeah. Well, pretty much you got about 48 hours once you release that catalyst into this thing to use it. And I usually lay down about 3 coats of this clear coat, and it does a fantastic job. So we're gonna go ahead and put down some clear coat on the bracket that I made over here. Yes, that is the oil cooler. Yeah, we gotta put some clear coat on that oil cooler to protect it underneath the car. Pretty neat, pretty neat. Okay. So here it is, guys. This is going to be my new oil cooler sled. It mounts to the torsion support in the back here, and then I have a locking tab. You can see right there, the locking tab that folds over the actual vehicle frame, and then my CAFR bar support will go there and sandwich it in place. So she is ready for, yeah, look at, I can like really push down on this thing and it is not going anywhere. So no worries of it falling down through or anything like that. So super cool. I saw one of these online and it was like 600 bucks to buy one, and so I said, well, I could probably make that. And I like it. What do you guys think? Thumbs up? Pretty cool. Ooh. What's going on, guys? Taking away from the video for 1 second, do me a favor, if you like what you're watching, which I know you are because you're watching it, smash that like button and don't forget to subscribe and enable notifications so that you guys can get any future content from Jason with JWClassicVW. And don't forget, hold on a second. And from Goose. Yeah, she's hiding. Goose under the car cover. Now, back to the video, guys. So I jacked up my oil cooler whenever I was backing up my car because I had the front end lifted up pretty high, and as I was backing it up, I clipped my oil cooler and cracked the frickin' inlet on it. So I had been seeing a design for oil coolers that, watch that hook. Oil coolers that go off the torsion tube on the back of your car. And I put about 2 coats of paint on this, and I'm gonna go ahead and hit it with a couple clear coats today. But I wanna kind of show you guys the way that this goes together and let you see what I'm gonna be going with now. So it's a normal oil cooler that I already had. This is the 77 spline oil cooler. I think that's right. I will link this in the description below if you guys wanna take a look at it. But the way this is gonna work is the bracket itself is going to be supported off the torsion bar, and then right here, this little clip, you guys know where my CAFR bar gets installed? Well, this little clip is going to go underneath that rear CAFR bar bracket and get sandwiched into position and hold everything nice and tight. I've got these, this is just bits of rubber right here, and it's going to go inside the torsion bar right here and right here to help isolate it from the chassis itself. And then I have these little rubber pieces here that'll go all the way around the oil cooler. All right, there she goes. Good, 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 good. So the cooler sits like this on the sled, and then the fan is going to go right over top of that, just like so. And then what I'm waiting to receive still is I've ordered a 90 to come off of here. This has already been sealed up, and I've got this Dash 8 A&M fitting already in place from Evil Energy. Well, I've ordered a new fitting like this because I really don't like this one that comes with the oil cooler. Plus this Dash 8 A&M fitting that's on here is crap. So I've got a male to female 1/2-inch MPT pipe fitting that's going to come here. I ordered this one by accident. The other one's going to be here in a couple days, and it'll be from this to one of these over here. And I've got that other one. Hold on. I've got all kinds of A&M fittings all over the place. So it's going to be another A&M fitting like this going into the female side of this right there. And then I'm going to drop down with a straight that'll go into here and a 90 there. And I'm going to be tapping the 90 coming out to hold the oil temperature sensor. Because, like I said, I'm not a fan of this thing right here. Actually, it kind of sucks. So I'm not going to be using that anymore. But yeah, that's going to be the new oil cooler location. I think it's a great place for it to be, up underneath there and that spot by the torsion bar. And it's not going to pose any risk anymore of debris hitting it from that location. But it turned out really well. We're going to go ahead and go over what I did to construct this and how I used a Domino's box to make my template. The rest of it, I just kind of figured it out as I was going. But if you're interested in the measurements on this, I'm going to go ahead and post up some of the measurements so you can make your own on the Facebook group in the files location. So check it out, guys. Check out the files location in the Facebook group, and we'll be doing, well, I got a lot of files there. Actually, a bunch of different stuff on carburetors and information that you'd probably be interested in, so go ahead and check that out. All right, so let's talk about the beam, because I know some guys are wondering, hey, Jay, what's going on with the beam, bro? So let's talk about the beam for a second. So You know how I am, guys. I go back and forth on stuff sometimes, and I thought I was going to use these empty bushings. These polyurethane empty bushings, which are kind of made for rail buggies, but you know, they still work. The problem that I ran into with these is that you can't just stick them in and then put your torsion arms inside of them, because why? Oh no, that fits pretty good. Well, I thought you had to ream this sucker out, but that thing goes right in there. Whoo, news to me. The reason why I don't want to use these is because I've heard some bad stuff about these bushings. I'm not sure if they're true or not, but I plan on going back to the German style roller bearings. These German style roller bearings. These roller bearings. And why am I going back to these? Because I think they'll work better. The only issue I have with that is the aftermarket beam that I have that's already 2 inches narrowed, that I narrowed about another 2 inches. Well, I'm gonna have to ream that tube out a little bit more, because when I cut it off, I didn't realize that you had to ream the inside of the tube to be able to get the bearing in there. I did find out also that you're supposed to ream it to get this in there, and that's why I ended up ordering some reamers from Penco. Penco is a veteran-owned business in New Jersey, and if you're interested in purchasing some reamers for a good price and support our troops, go ahead and check out the description below, because I will link their site there. While I'm waiting on parts and tools to get here so I can finish the front beam. So that's the news on the beam. I did go ahead and paint it, and I plan on throwing a little bit of clear coat down there as well after I finish with the new oil cooler bracket. So on the aftermarket beam that I have, this actually came out to about like right here, and I was able to, and what it worked out to be is about 3/4 of an inch, which is exactly the offset that was added by the bad brake system. So snapping that off of there, and what I'm going to be able to do is, this is the bearing that'll go inside, but I'm going to have to ream this out to be able to accept the bearing. And this is what I'm putting back in. I'm putting back in the OE German roller bearings. But this is the polyurethane tube that goes in, if that's what you end up trying to add. The beam would also have to be reamed for that, because it makes it in about this far before it reaches some resistance. So I'm not sure if it is the internal, like it might be hitting somewhere right here when it comes to the steering box over here. So that might be hitting in there. I haven't looked inside to see yet. That might be what it is. But right here in the outer area, the diameter is roughly the same as the bearing. So I'd still have to ream some of the tube out to be able to get that in there. But I really don't think that I need to use this, even though it just stole a bunch of my grease. I really just like the idea of sticking with the OE roller bearing, and that's why I'm just going to ream the outer area here, rerun my bearings in, and then put together the beam back again, and we should be good to go. Now that we have wonderful grease on the outside, yeah. If you're dealing with Volkswagens, you're dealing with grease. That's just the way it is. The only thing that I'm going to have to do once I get everything back together is redo the alignment, because it's going to be off now. But I should have enough in my arms, my tie rod ends, to go ahead and make up for that little bit of adjustment in toe, because that's going to be the main difference, is the toe. The camber and caster hopefully aren't too far off, but we're also going to go over adjusting camber and caster, so that's going to be kind of cool. If you're interested in knowing how to do an alignment on your link pin front end, you should definitely stay tuned, because that'll be coming in the next video. Okay guys, that is going to do it for today. Just a quick overview, what's kind of going on in the garage. We had a lot of things change. Got the oil cooler to be swapping out location, which a lot of you are super excited about that. And if you are definitely interested in making your own, and you got a little bit of minor welding skills, which any excuse I can get to weld, I weld. Check out the Facebook group, because right here, check out the Facebook group, because the Facebook group, I'm going to go ahead and upload some of the basic drawing information on what I did to make this thing. Pretty simple, just a few pieces that you had to put together. I picked up everything that I used to make it from Home Depot, so not super expensive. Gonna work out great. I can't wait to get it installed and show you guys what it looks like once it's all done. But also gonna be having the beam coming up pretty soon, the finishing, the narrowing of the beam, and getting that offset back to where it needs to be, or offset, getting some more room for my fatty tires. They're not that big. I don't like the rubbing, man. The rubbing on the fenders doesn't work out for me. And, you know, if I eventually have a girl in my passenger seat, I would like for the fenders not to rub. All right, guys, this is Jason from JWClassicVW, and I appreciate all you guys. Appreciate all my subscribers. Stay safe. Be smart. See you guys soon. Bye-bye.